Let us understand how to use Amazon S3 as data source. To connect with Amazon S3, we need the packages specifically defined from Amazon as well as the Hadoop Amazon SDK. Along with that, we need a user within S3 which is having access key ID, secret access key ID, as well as the permission to access the S3. S3 is nothing but a simple storage service offering from Amazon Web Services where I can use that as a storage service. Let's see an example how to have a file within S3 and create the access ID, secret access key ID, and access it from Spark SQL. Within Amazon, I'm going to check with S3 service, which helps me to create buckets. Bucket is nothing but a collection of folders, and within that I can have n number of files. Basically, it's an object storage. So I have a bucket called Muthu for all -Spark SQL, and within that I have a small CSV file where I'm going to read this particular CSV file and bring it into Spark SQL. I need to create a user, so I'm going to have a user. To manage users, there is a service called Identity and Access Management Service within Amazon. There I'm going to have a user which is having a read access permission. So within users, I have a user called Spark SQL, and I have provided the permissions to have read access to the S3 services. And I have the security credentials, that is the access key ID and secret access key corresponding to this particular access key. I'm going to use this access key, secret access key, and the package and access the S3. I'm going to start the Spark shell by providing the packages. So these are all the packages. So automatically it would get downloaded with all the dependent jar files. Already it's downloaded, so it's going to be quite fast to get into the shell. I'm going to create a configuration, Hadoop configuration object as a part of Spark context. So within API, I have a method where I can define configurations to be passed to the Hadoop ecosystem. So I'll create an object and I will set the keys. What is the file system there I am going to interact with? What is the access key ID and secret access key ID? I create a Hadoop configuration object. Within the Hadoop configuration object, I will set the configurations that needs to be customized for these configurations. I'll set the property fs.s3.implementation. That's going to be S3 native class of Hadoop. And this particular class comes from the package that we have included as a part of the package while starting the Spark shell. Then I'll set the access key ID. Then I'll be setting the secret access key ID. Now I'll use the text file method as a part of Spark context. As it is a text file, I'll give the path, I'll give the schema as S3. So I'm going to read this particular CSV file. It's going to read each and every line as a record and build a RDD of strings. I'm going to take an action against this particular RDD by counting how many records are available within this particular file. I have got the result. So there are around 50,001 records within this specific file. So in a summary, I can read any storage services from any cloud provided I have the package to read that particular cloud. So these libraries will be provided by the cloud provider natively. They support how to read that specific file system, and every cloud file system they provide access or the security using the access key ID and secret access key ID. So this is just one example how to access S3 file system, that is object storage file system within Amazon cloud from Spark shell. So I'm going to have a RDD, that's a low level API. From here I can create a data frame or any structure I want, I can create, I can process and take it forward further from this particular location. So I can take it for further processing in terms of adding or filtering or grouping, any type of processing. If I want, I can do from this specific data set or this RDDs of strings.